Hello everyone, my name is Cameron. Welcome back to your regularly scheduled nonsense, where today we have an unboxing going on. I bought something for Black Friday as a little gift for myself, and much like the last time I bought this type of thing, I'm obviously going to unbox it on the channel and show it off because I'm very excited. It just got here. I mentioned talking about it being here today during the stream with Alex yesterday, and a little bit I think during the 101 Ways to Die stream today, which I want to apologize for that ending a little bit prematurely. My network connection had some issues, and then the stream got stopped because of it. There wasn't anything I could do. So without further ado, let's show what we're going to be unboxing today. Yes, that is right. For another Black Friday, I have bought myself another PSVR. This one being PSVR2 for the PS5. The Call of the Mountain bundle was on sale for $100 off. To be fair, both the regular version of PSVR2 and the Call of the Mountain bundle were on sale for $100 off. But obviously, why get the regular version of it when you can get a version that comes with the game for the same price? So that's what I did. I got the PSVR2 Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle. Pretty excited for this one. Not only for the better VR system that this is, because this is better than the first VR system for PlayStation. Oh, the tape. The tape holding the top of this box in ripped while I was fucking trying to tip it over so I could open it, or so I could get it out. And it started coming out. Thankfully I realized that's what happened, or else that would have really fucking sucked. Alright, so I think this is our cords. Yeah, so here is our headphones that we get for wearing while we use the headset, which I think you can actually use your traditional like headset while you play VR games. I have to figure that out because I don't fully know if I want to use these ones. The in-ear buds for the other one are very uncomfortable at times, but I think these ones are a little bit softer. And then obviously we have the cord to plug it in to our system, which this is it. I'm pretty sure this is the only cord I have that you get for PSVR2. This is literally it. You have one cord. You don't need the PlayStation camera. You just need this, as far as I know. Which obviously I have an instruction manual, so I'll look at the instruction manual here in a second. We also have the download code thing for Horizon Call of the Mountain, which was the game that actually made me want PSVR2 in the first place. I was back and forth on if I should get this VR system or if I should get MetaQuest 3, and while I really do think MetaQuest 3 looks good and would be fun to use, I realized that if I got that, I'd really only be getting it for Batman Arkham Shadow. A lot of the VR stuff I already own on PlayStation does have a free upgrade for PSVR 2, and or is also available on MetaQuest. If there's something that I do want that is available, it's either on MetaQuest or it's also on PSVR 2. So it was like, would it make more sense to be buying on two different VR platforms now, or just get this upgraded VR system for what I already have and use that? And after a lot of thinking, I realized this was the better money option, was getting this. Now, people can say what they want about PSVR and PSVR2 not being very good. Fair enough. They are not the best VR systems, I will admit that. They do not have the most work focused towards them. They do not have the most love focused towards them from Sony. However, for me at least, it is a fun way to play VR without having to spend a lot of money on something that I don't know if I'm going to like. When I first bought VR for PlayStation, it was a gamble. It was kind of a shot in the dark. Like, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this. I don't know if I'm going to really have fun playing this. But so far, I have genuinely enjoyed it, and I'm very excited to see what else PSVR 2 can do and how much more fun it is to use opposed to the original PSVR, which I do have all that stuff still set up. I am still going to be using that for the time being as well, just trying to get through the rest of the games I'm playing on that, because not all of them are things I want to, like, not everything is something I'm going to move over to PSVR2 with. I don't know if I can play, like, I know I can play the PSVR games on my PS5, but with connecting, like, my PSVR system up to my PS5. But I'm going to use my PS4 for that because it just makes more sense because I have this now. And also, why play the PSVR 1 games when I can play the PSVR 2 games with PSVR 2 on my PS5 and just kind of bounce between the two. I'm excited to see the contrast and the difference between the two as well is the other thing. I'm very excited for that. So we also have, oh sorry, there is one more cord. I think this is just a charging cable. This is the cord that I have to plug in for it to work. My bad. So it comes with another charging cable, which is nice. So we have the headset, which is very much a sleeker design. Let me just, there we go. The light blocking shades are a lot tighter from what I've heard. It's more comfortable to wear. This nose piece is not like a rigid piece like it is on the first one. There's a little bit more, what's what I'm looking for? There's a little bit more padding to it. It's a little softer, accordions and stuff. The glass, the head, like the actual internal headset design looks a little bit different. The dial is a little bit nicer. The button is a little bit more responsive. I think you can still, yep, that feels a little bit better too. But to be fair, also, mine probably just at this point feels a little awkward because I've had my PSVR headset for a while and it's been used a lot. This is how it tracks, by the way. This is how all the tracking for this works. This is also how you see through, like, if you guys don't know, when you play PSVR, you can't see anything in the room. Like, you can't do, like, the room view, like the x-ray view. This allows you to see through what you're doing, so you can kind of see what's in the room as you're walking around, which is really nice. It's a nice feature that PSVR2 added that other VR headsets had already had, I'm pretty sure. So it's a really, really nice addition to making this a little bit more of an enjoyable experience than the first PSVR. Not that that one's bad or anything, it's just, it's a very quick and easy VR system, basically. It's not like, it's not something you're using all the time or is designed perfectly like MetaQuest. Like, it wasn't designed specifically for you to use VR. The PlayStation wasn't. So there we go. We got our headphones snapped in, all nice and neat. I'm just gonna set the headset to the side. And then the other big thing I'm really excited for are the new V2 or the VR2 motion controllers, the Sense controllers, which are a wraparound little thing, and you still have obviously your guard, so you can put it on your wrist and keep it on your wrist. Yeah, these, from what I can tell with everything I've seen, these are a lot more fun to use as opposed to the PSVR 1 ones, which are basically just the PlayStation Move controllers from like the PS3. They're basically just that. So I'm really excited to see how these ones work out and everything with the new PSVR. I like the fact that the R1 is just right here. You don't have to slide your hands like all over every button. And then obviously we have X and circle on this side. And then we have our left-handed controller here, which has triangle and square on it. I think that's the other thing I really like is you have a dedicated side for each thing. So you have your left thumbstick, your right thumbstick, your L1 button, your triangle, your circle, or your triangle and square over here. And then you have your R1, your right thumbstick, your X, and your circle on this side. On the first PSVR controllers, it's just a thumbstick. You have an L1/R1 button to the side. You have the options button to one side. And then you have like your all four buttons on each side, and then a middle button for like the actual like PlayStation button. This one feels a lot more ergonomic. You also have an R2 and an L2 right here. This one feels a lot more ergonomic compared to those, and I think is probably for me going to be an actual much better experience playing PSVR games, because these already feel like they're probably going to be more responsive at times than what the PSVR 1 controllers feel like. Because again, they're basically just PlayStation Move controllers from the PS3 just brought up to the PlayStation 4. They work fine, but you definitely can tell there's some unresponsiveness both from them and the tracking from the camera, which is my favorite part about the PSVR2, is that there's not a camera that I have to rely on, as far as I know. But we are going to look through the instruction manual really quick so I can make sure I do know everything I have to do. So obviously, yep, make sure your surroundings and play areas are nice and set. Be very careful. Okay. So connect it to your headset or your PS5 console. Turn on the PS5 console. Turn on your VR headset. Make sure you have the necessary accessories for setup. You'll want to use a wireless controller. Turn on the sense controllers. Oh, they have a status indicator too. That's nice, which lets you see where the battery's at, it looks like. Check you're holding the correct controllers. That's the other thing. It's really easy to tell which controller these are because they're designed for a specific hand. The other ones, I don't know if you can use either one for either side, or which it feels like that's what the design was for that, but at times it feels like no matter which way I turn it on, it's always the wrong controller in each hand. Do all that stuff to set it up, and then yeah, and then they also have a mapping. You can also map your entire play area, which is really cool. I think that's nice too because it means I can probably make this work a lot better for the area I'm in right now, rather than more or less suffering through dealing with a very small encapsulated room for my PSVR 1. Now granted, this isn't the original room I was intending to play my VR in at this house. Things changed, and I kind of got stuck playing it here, more or less. So, it's not perfect. How does this even sit in here? This box design, there we go, is kind of annoying. Got it. But yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I hope you guys are excited to hear about more VR Platinums as I get more time to play it now and have the better system to play it with. Hopefully, I can get this to work in this room without it being too much of a hassle for how small the room is. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Stay golden. Peace.